Welcome, Baker family, to the second annual Baker Family Reindeer Games. That's right, we're back. Brighter, bolder, and maybe just a little bit more competitive than before. Last year, we saw herds go head to head for glory, pride, and eternal Christmas bragging rights. But this year, we're turning up the tinsel. You see, I came up to the North Pole. Yes, the North Pole to learn for some of our very best reindeer friends themselves of their favorite games. And so I'm here to share them with you. For 2025, we're going to do something a little different. It's does versus stags. That's right. Couples will now compete against each other for ultimate reindeer dominance. So grab your antlers and your attitudes because things are about to get merry and mildly aggressive. Now, for our modern reindeer couples, if pairing doesn't fit the traditional mold, don't worry. You get to decide how to split up. Who's the stag, who's the doe, and who's most likely to take this way too seriously. You know who you are. And for those reindeer mates who couldn't make it this year, you'll still compete. Just have your missing partner select a proxy or pick one yourself. Choose wisely. Reputations are on the line. Now, before we begin, we need to lock in our official game lineup. And here is how it's going to go. Each of our 8 festive challenges has been assigned a number. Before the games officially kick off, all the stags will take turns drawing a number from the game stocking. If a stag draws a 4, for example, that means his name and his doe's name will go next to challenge number 4 on the official game card. Once every stag has drawn, we'll have our complete lineup of couples and their corresponding challenges. That means everyone will know what challenge they're up against right from the start. Well, there's a little bit of mystery behind the names. But there's no switching, no trading, no take backs, just pure, unfiltered reindeer destiny. When the games begin, we'll go straight down the list, one challenge at a time in the order of the card. And remember, each event is worth a certain number of points, so strategy might help, but luck and laughter will probably win the day. So what's at stake, you ask? Simple. Losers take it to the streets. Literally. That's right. The losing team will march, trot, or jingle their way down the street singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, loud, proud, and fully committed to the holiday spirit. The question is, who will claim bragging rights this year, the stags or the does? Place your bets, grab your cocoa, and let's find out who will slay their way to victory. Reindeer, are you ready? Let the reindeer games begin. Reindeer, welcome to our very first challenge, the Garland Gauntlet. Now, this one is very close to my heart. When I was little, one of my favorite things to do at Christmas was to sit down with a bowl of popcorn, a needle, and a whole lot of patience and string popcorn garlands for the tree. And you know what? I never taught my own children how to do it, which means the stakes are even. So here's how this merry little throwback works. Each competitor will receive their tools, a string of fishing wire, a needle, and a bowl of popcorn. When I say go, you'll have exactly 2 minutes to string as many pieces of popcorn as you can. This isn't about speed, it's about precision. Each piece must actually make it onto your garland strand. Broken kernels, dropped popcorn, or fishing wire spaghetti, nope, sorry reindeer, those don't count. At the end of the 2 minutes, we'll measure each garland from end to end. The reindeer with the longest, most intact strand will win 1 point for their team. Reindeer, are you ready? Let the challenge begin. Reindeer, I think you know how much I love dancing. The twirls, the spins, the choreography, and today I'm thrilled to bring a little bit of that Christmas magic to our next challenge. Our fate against the Mouse King rests in your hands and dizzy determination of the best nutcracker in the land. Welcome to Clara's Revenge. Here's how this elegant disaster will unfold. Each reindeer will take their place in the performance circle with 5 uncracked walnuts and a nutcracker. When I say go, competitors will first spin around 10 times. Yes, 10 full turns. Once the world stops spinning, or doesn't, they'll grab their nutcrackers and get to work. Their mission to crack open 5 full walnuts before their competitor. No half-cracked attempts, no crumbs left behind. Each nut must be fully out of its shell. The first reindeer to finish all 5 nuts wins 2 points for their team and earns the title of honorary member of the Sugar Plum Squad. Reindeer, are you ready? Let the challenge begin. Reindeer, it's time for challenge 3, and this one is reserved for a very special group of competitors, the grandparents. Now, we all know the holidays wouldn't be the same without a good old-fashioned visit to grandmother's house, but this year we're making that journey a little more interesting. Actually, they're making it. Welcome to grandmother's house we go. Here's how it works. Each grandparent will take a seat in their designated chair. In front of them sits one humble but mighty roll of toilet paper. Their sleigh, if you will. When I say go, competitors must begin pulling the toilet paper toward them using only their hooves. Well, maybe their feet, until the entire roll is completely unrolled and underneath their chair. They must remain seated at all times. No standing, no leaning, no sneaky footwork. If the roll tears, that's part of the journey. Just keep pulling it until every last square has made it home. Yes, home under your chair. The first reindeer to completely unroll their roll wins 1 point for their team. Grand reindeer, are you ready? Let the games begin. Reindeer, our next challenge comes straight from our theme song. You know the line, but do you recall? Well, do you recall? We're going to soon find out. Yes, this festive memory game will test your focus, your recall, and your ability to draw under pressure. 3 things that don't usually pair well with laughter and Christmas cookies. Here's how it works. Your host will reveal a very large Christmas card, and inside of it will be 12 squares filled with Christmas doodles. You'll have exactly 15 seconds to study the inside of that card. Look closely, memorize what each picture is and where it lives on the grid. When the timer ends, the card disappears. Well, it just goes behind my back. And then you'll get a blank grid and a marker. You'll then have 90 seconds to recreate the card from memory, drawing as many of the original pictures in the correct spots as you can. Each drawing must resemble the original image well enough for me to recognize it. Remember, a blob is not a bell, nor is abstract art anything associated with Christmas. When the time's up, we'll compare your masterpiece to the original. The reindeer with the most correct answers, both image and position, will win 2 points for their team. Reindeer, are you ready? Let the challenge begin. Reindeer, it's time to pick up the pace and put some bounce in your step. Literally. Our fifth challenge, bouncing all the way, is about aim, focus, and just the right amount of friendly trash talk. Here's how this jolly showdown works. Each doe will receive 9 ping pong balls, red in color. Each stag will receive 9 green ping pong balls because, well, they're horny. Now, in front of you will be 3 buckets placed at increasing distances along the island counter, near, mid, and far. Your mission, bounce 3 balls into each bucket. That's right, 9 bounces, 3 targets, and absolutely no excuses. But wait, there's a catch. Your tail or backside must stay pressed against the counter by the sink at all times. No leaning, no lunging, no creeping forward. If that tail leaves the counter, Santa's watching and you're out of bounds. You may, however, choose one helper, your trusty ball retriever, to chase down any stray shots and return them to your hooves. The challenge continues until one reindeer successfully lands 3 balls in each bucket or the 2-minute timer runs out. When time's up, we'll count how many balls actually have made it in the buckets. The reindeer with the most balls in the buckets wins 2 points for their team. Reindeer, are you ready? Let the challenge begin. Reindeer, gather round. It's time for a challenge that's all about air, precision, power, and a little bit of sabotage. Welcome to 6 Geese A-Laying. Now, technically, they're not geese. They're rubber duckies, but we're going to let that slide because nothing says Christmas like a little bit of chaos and a bucket of water. Now, each doe will receive 6 red ducks, and each stag will receive 6 green ducks. Why? Because we know green is their favorite color. Now, both competitors will face off on opposite ends of a large basin of water, armed with nothing but their breath and a straw. When I say go, you'll then use your straw to blow your duckies from your side of the basin to the other side. But there's a twist. Your opponent is doing the same thing from the opposite side. That means it's not just about who can blow the hardest. It's about who can keep their ducks on course while blocking their opponent's flock. Use strategy, breath control, and just enough of chaos to tip the odds in your favor. Now, the first reindeer to get all 6 of their ducks completely across the water wins 2 points for their team. If no one finishes within 2 minutes, the reindeer with the most ducks successfully across at the buzzer takes the win. Are you ready to make waves? Reindeer, let the games begin. Reindeer, it's time to head north, far north, yes, to the North Pole, to the one place where tiny hands, big hearts, and sugar-fueled determination come together to create Christmas magic. Welcome to the Elf Training Academy. Now, before you panic, don't worry. There's no toy making this year, no hammering, and no wrapping paper disasters in your future. Today's training is all about one thing, precision. Now, here's how this sweet little challenge works. Each reindeer will take a seat at the counter, equipped with a pair of chopsticks and a festive bowl filled with M&Ms. Does will work with red M&Ms, and stags will work with, yes, you called it, green ones, because it just makes sense, doesn't it? When I say go, you'll have 60 seconds to pick up as many of our colored M&Ms as you can, one at a time, and transfer them from the big bowl into your empty one. Sounds simple, right? Oh, but remember, elves are known for their nimble fingers, not their brute strength. So no scooping, no stabbing, no creative reindeer interruptions of picking up with your hooves. If your M&M drops or breaks, it doesn't count. And no eating on the job either. This is serious elf business. When the timer hits 0, we'll count your candies. The reindeer with the most M&Ms successfully in their small bowl wins 1 point for their team and earns the title of honorary North Pole apprentice. Reindeer, are you ready? Let the challenge begin. Reindeer, bundle up because for our grand finale, things are about to get chilly. Welcome to our 8th challenge. Baby, it's cold outside. This is your final test, a full team challenge where collaboration meets chaos and where even the brightest reindeer might get a little bit frostbite of the brain. Here's how it works. Each team will receive a poster board featuring their very own igloo, carefully drawn and ready for construction. The icy blocks that make up your igloo have been outlined. Think of this challenge more like a puzzle because within each of those outlines, you must place your blocks in sequential order. But there's a catch. Your blocks don't have numbers. They have equations and Christmas riddles that must be solved. How you do it is up to you, but I suggest you figure out a way to work as a herd to solve for the numbers and then put them in order from lowest to highest, from the snowy summit down to the frosty foundation, left to right. The first team to complete their igloo, all numbers correctly placed within the blocks, walls secured, and math verified by your friendly neighborhood Santa's helper will win 5 points. A few notes from the North Pole, though. Expect distractions. Rumor has it that a few polar bears have been seen lumbering around the competition zone. They're friendly, but they're also known to accidentally nudge igloo walls and bump equations out of place. Watch your backs. Teamwork is key. Polar bears may be clumsy, but impatient reindeer are worse. Talk it out, check your answers, and keep those hooves off each other's blocks. If your team gets stuck, take a deep breath. Remember, it's cold outside, not hopeless. Are you ready, reindeer? Let the challenge begin when your host says go. Well, reindeer, the igloos have been built, the balls have bounced, and the snow has settled. It's time to crown the 2025 Baker Family Reindeer Games champion. With the most points earned through teamwork, wit, and a healthy dose of nonsense, the winning team is the... But wait, before we hang up our Christmas stocking and call it a night, there's one bit of reindeer business left to handle. For every victory, there must be a song. So losing herd, please go gather your coats and step forward. It's time to honor your triumphant rivals the only way reindeer can, by caroling your way into Christmas redemption. You'll be heading out into the winter night, antlers high and bells jingling, to serenade the neighborhood. Well, at least make it to the end of the driveway with your most spirited rendition of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And there you have it. Another year of glory, glitter, and questionable reindeer behavior behind us. Congratulations to our champions, condolences to our carolers, and to all, a good night, a bright nose, and a very merry slay all later. See you next year.